Hi, and welcome to the Ballyhoobridge podcast. You know, most of us are looking for success and happiness in our lives, but often getting there and showing up as your true, authentic self is an individual journey of self-discovery and healing, especially when building a solo business. Whether you're running a business or on a spiritual journey, in order to take the next steps, growth has to happen, doing the inner work. To show up as the real you, you need to know who that is. In this podcast, we want to talk about marketing and business and spirituality and mindset. And it's all geared to help you grow and reach your goals, no matter what those are and no matter what your background is. We're going to explain the jargon, clear up misconceptions, and discover we're not all so different. We'll bridge the gaps between what you think you know and what you think you don't. Let's dive in. Has anyone ever asked you what's your why? I think the first time I was asked that was when I was trying to start a side hustle a couple of years ago, which we'll get into the fact that it shouldn't be a hustle on another day, but I digress. As I processed the question further, and as I've gone further into my healing, I've come to realize that your why is not just about a business. It's actually about your life as well. If you work a job for someone else, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you have or want to have a business of your own, why? Have you ever really thought about it? I mean, specifically if you're looking to make a big change in your life, that will come with some kind of challenge. I mean, they may be small. You may be in perfect alignment and know your purpose and see your path clearly. But it is a rare thing indeed if there is no dip at all as you head down that path. I guess I should ask, are you familiar with the dip? I never heard it called a dip before until a few months ago. But basically it's something that comes along and throws you a curveball. It takes you off course. Or your imposter syndrome kicks in and you're suddenly feeling like this was all a huge mistake and you can't do it after all. Your confidence is just gone. That's a dip. It's when the momentum stops and the high of making it all happen becomes a dip. I mean, most journeys are full of highs and lows, and for the most part, the highs are pretty easy. But I find most of us really aren't prepared for the lows. They throw us and we struggle to recover. And in those moments, more than ever, you need your why to keep you going, to right the ship, to find your center again. Over the course of all the people that I've met in the past few years of this spiritual journey I've been on, when people are asked their why, the thing I hear a lot is it's their kids or their spouse, which is great. They're obviously very important parts of your life. I mean, I did that at one time too. But I'm going to ask you to go a little deeper. What do you mean your kids? Is it so you can stay home with them and not have to worry about taking off for things you want to do with them or to be with them? Maybe you want to be able to pay for vacations or fun things to do with your family, and you're looking for things that will give you that freedom. So when you really dig deep and ask the questions, you may find that the real answer you want is freedom. You want time freedom. You want financial freedom. Maybe you want to show your kids that working hard and pursuing their dreams and never giving up can give you the life of your dreams. Being that amazing example can be a great why. But is it really strong enough to bring you back to center when you need it to? And if it is, great. If it's not, maybe think about it a little more. My why became about freedom, financial freedom, being able to put money away for things we need without having to struggle, the freedom to travel or go to events without having to count my vacation days first. The truth is, your why can be a multitude of things. You can be someone who's in recovery and you want and need to help other addicts. You may be a domestic abuse survivor that wants to empower others to leave their abuser. You may love helping people find the perfect diet to fit their body type and to be more healthy. Those are great whys. So I'm asking you, have you found your why? As you go through this journey to the life of your dreams, there'll be times when things are great. You're answering the call, you have your ideas, you're putting them out there, it's working. And then there'll be days you hit snags. Maybe your launch didn't go well. Maybe you had negative comments on a post. Maybe you had a bad day at work. A dip can be a lot of things. It could be an illness or a personal setback. The point is, there will be dips where you don't want to face your computer. You'll feel like you do not have a creative thought left in your head. You'll look at a stack of crafting tools and supplies in your office and wonder what the hell you were thinking. And in those moments, going back to your why is as important as ever. So, do you know your why? If you don't, maybe it's time to discover it. A great way to do that is to journal it. Now, if you don't have a journal, you can find a notebook, you can find paper, you can buy an inexpensive notebook. The point is, write it down. Let your thoughts and emotions come out. Make a list. Mine started out with, I hate my commute. I hate that my time is not my own. I hate that I have to figure out how to pay for things. And that list went on and on and on. But did you see a pattern going on there? That was a lot of hate. Have you ever heard you reap what you sow? Well, when all you do is hate and all you put out into the universe is hate, then that's what you tend to get back. So what's better than hate? Well, love. Even a strong like or a 1 is better than the hate. So what if you took your list and you turned it around and you went back through it and said, let me make these things positives. Let me make them wants. Let me make them goals. You could include things that you envision your dream life to be. For me, that started turning into things like I love being creative. I love having the freedom to travel. I love my coworkers. I love my paycheck. I love my benefits. Now, my child is older and doesn't need my time like he did before, but the financial freedom allows me to help him get on his feet into adulthood. Being creative helps me work with him as he grows his own business. Time freedom allows us to do things as a family without having to worry about time off. It also gives me the ability to do what I love. But is that always easy? No. There are days where your creativity just feels off. Of course. But time freedom allows me to hit those slumps without worrying as much. And doing what I love helps me be a better me. Hence why my why was so much about freedom. But I also learned that there are things about my corporate life that I didn't want to give up. That steady paycheck is nice, so there's benefits. And my coworkers are like a family. So I had to consider those things and how I could start to structure my life to be what I wanted. That included freedom, but some of the benefits of having a job. That compromise and the parts that are so important to me have to be included in my why, especially on days when I'm feeling frustrated and lost. I need to remind myself of the reasons I made the choices that I made. So when you're looking at your why, maybe yours isn't about freedom at all. Maybe it's more about others. We talked about this before. Maybe you need to help people. Maybe you've been down a difficult path and you now want to help others make their way to a better life as well. When you hit a dip and feel like you can't do it anymore, will the image of you at your lowest and remembering how someone helped you be the thing that could pull you out of that funk. Remembering that someone desperate needs you now and you want to pay it forward. That's your why. I believe the key is to peel back the layers and get to the core of what you're really doing this for. Get to the core of your purpose and why you're on this path. Of course, this may take some time. It may even change or expand a bit, but most likely, if you're truly at your core belief, it will probably remain largely the same. Now, look, don't get me wrong. Your why can be truly simple. It can be making the perfect cupcake because that brings you more joy than anything else in your life. And that is a beautiful thing. Just make sure you ask yourself, is there more? Do you love the creativity of making a new recipe? Do you love the art of decorating? Do you love the smile on a child's face when they get the perfect cupcake for their birthday or to celebrate an A in school? I just encourage you to make sure to journal it out. You'll start to see patterns pointing to what you love and why you love it. And it can really carry you through the rough and challenging parts of your journey. Remember, your why is yours and only yours. You can't use mine. You can't use your friends. It needs to be yours. And I believe you need to dig deeper and continue to peel back those layers until you get to the down and dirty real truth. Peel until there's no more to peel. And there, you'll find your real why. So once you have it, you'll be able to refer back to it both on good days and bad days. If you're trying to start a business, that's actually the core of your business. If you have a job, it's the core of why you do it. Being able to remind yourself and having that beacon of clarity and safety can just bring you back to center whenever you're feeling lost. Can also be a nice source of celebration when you reach a milestone or truly see your goals come to life. When you really know your why, you're setting your ultimate goal to your dream life and taking the first step to reach it. So, what's your why? Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and that it helped you in your journey in some way. Make sure and like and rate and do all the things for our podcast. We really appreciate it. And of course, check out the show notes for links and any other important information. If you're looking for guidance in your journey, head over to ballyhoobridge.com. There you can choose a time for a free 30-minute clarity call with me. In the meantime, don't forget to take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.